Well, good evening and welcome to About the Valley. We're at the Blackstone Valley Physical Therapy in the Linwood Mill.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful facility.
Thank you.
And our guest is Dr. Jennifer Kelly,
Yeah.
who is a physical therapist.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we want to talk about physical therapy, especially with the COVID situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking before we went on. You stay healthy by exercising.
Exactly. Yep.
And if you do have a problem, I mean, you can go to standard gym, but you're better off going to a place like a physical therapy if you have arthritis or if you have other pains, because they can show you how to exercise without aggravating the pain,
Exactly.
and in some cases, actually eliminating it.
Mm-hmm. That's always our goal. Doesn't
Yeah.
always happen, but it's always our goal.
Yeah, but yeah, and you know, a lot of people probably don't realize it, but you don't need pain pills.
Mm-hmm.
And physical therapy doesn't have any kind of after effect.
Exactly. Yeah. So we use a lot of different techniques to help decrease people's pain. Some of it is hands-on with the physical therapist, working on the soft tissue, working on mobilizing
Like
the
a
joints.
massage?
Yeah, a little bit like that. Mobilizing joints, especially for arthritis, things get really stiff.
Yes.
And so we can get in there and help to loosen things up. But then we also can teach you lots of exercises to do on your own so that you can better manage your symptoms at home.
Yeah, because if you don't keep moving, it's going to freeze up.
Yeah, so movement helps create blood flow, which is good for healing and good for the joints. It helps to improve the natural lubrication in the joint, so it brings good joint nutrition in there, and so things just feel better when you move.
You know, you can see arthritis in a joint.
Mm-hmm.
If you use good physical therapy, does it actually decrease that arthritis?
No, we can't
That
change.
never goes away, huh?
No, we can't change the arthritis and the degeneration that's happening in the joint, but we can help strengthen around the area, the muscles around the joint, and maybe decrease some of the loads that are going through the painful parts of the joint. So it can change the symptoms, which is really what matters, right?
Right.
So it doesn't matter if the arthritis goes away as long as your pain decreases. That's what most people care most about.
Well, now, arthritis, both rheumatoid and regular arthritis, I forget how you say it now.
The osteoarthritis.
Osteo.
Yep.
I got it and I forget how. I want to forget about it.
Exactly.
It's actually an immune disease, isn't it?
So osteoarthritis is degenerative, and the rheumatoid arthritis is more of an autoimmune condition.
Autoimmune.
Yep.
So exercise can help to build your immune system up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Whereas with rheumatoid, your immune system is actually fighting against you.
Right. Right.
But if you do the right exercises and you use good physical therapy, you can turn that around.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
And, you know, it's a degenerative illness, and eventually it's just going to get worse, no matter what you do. But you can prolong that
Yeah.
with the right exercise.
Yeah. Exactly. We strive to keep people functional for as long as possible.
Right.
Sometimes, knees, hips, you need to get them replaced eventually, but we want people to avoid that for as long as possible.
I found that true. I have exercises that I do.
Yep.
And I got arthritis in my knees. 10 years ago, I was worse than I am now.
Yeah.
And because I did the right things.
Yep. Did you go to PT?
At one point, yeah, and I learned how to do it.
Yep. Perfect.
And the thing is that, they want, at that time, the doctor wanted to operate. He says, I want to put you in, to get your knees replaced. And I says, no, look, I want to keep what I was born with.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe that you can make anything artificial that's better than what nature gave me.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people with really degenerated knees might
Well, you have no-
might argue with you
Yeah, right.
that it feels much better, but
But the thing is, you got
wanna
to
hold
give it a
up.
shot first.
exactly.
And if it doesn't work, well, okay, now it didn't work. I got to go through it. I got to get the operation.
Yeah.
Because don't they have to replace those knees after so many years?
Yeah, they have a lifespan. I'm sure they're getting better these days, but they give around like a 20-year span.
Yeah,
so the younger folks who have arthritis, they're trying to push off so that they don't have to do that multiple times.
You know, and I've heard people have problems getting on an airplane because it sets off the,
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it sets them off anymore.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think they give you a little card that you can show just in case.
I've talked to people, they wouldn't buy that card.
Really? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, but like I said, I like to die with what I had when I
Yeah.
was born, so.
Yep, if you can.
Because I think it works the best.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not running any marathons,
Yeah.
but I get around pretty well and I can walk fairly well. But
Right.
here again, exercise is the key.
Yeah, staying active, staying strong, especially as you get older, because your muscle mass decreases as you get older.
Yes.
And so you really want to keep good muscle mass, keep strong, keep functional.
Yeah, I think the first thing goes is your upper body.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you're still walking around, getting up and down out of chairs, you're keeping your legs a little bit strong.
Right.
But yeah, the upper
But you're
body.
not doing that much physical work anymore.
Exactly.
See, I cut wood for 30 years to heat my house. So
It's good exercise.
oh yeah, I used to cut like 5 to 6 cord every year.
Yeah.
But when I retired, I bought a pellet stove.
Mm-hmm.
But I still get exercise because I buy 5 to 6 pallets of pellets, and I move them one bag at a time into the basement.
Yeah.
And,
So you got to haul them,
and you
carry
feel
'em.
good after.
Yeah.
And then I got to every 2 or 3 times a day I got to dump a 50-pound bag into the stove. So,
Yep.
but that's what you got to do. We can get it's so easy today to not do anything.
Oh, absolutely. Our world is based on convenience. If
Yes.
there's a machine that can do it for us or someone else who can do that job, we kind of outsource everything. But staying active and doing as much as you're physically capable of is going to keep you functional for longer.
Yeah, and it's use them or lose them
Exactly.
with your muscles.
Yep. Exactly.
Now, in PT, you're not just maneuvering bone; you're maneuvering muscle.
Right. Yep. So we do like that soft tissue massage. So we're working on some of the muscle tissues
Yeah,
to help decrease the tightness and improve blood flow. But then the exercises that we're giving are for strengthening those muscles.
right. And by the way, if you want to get PT and you don't feel you can afford it, you can get it through your medical.
Insurance. Yep.
Yeah, medical. I believe Medicare will pay for it,
Yep.
and of course you have supplemental.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is now you have to get permission from you have to have your doctor recommend it, right?
Yes. So if you have Medicare, they're required to have a referral by a physician.
Yeah,
Physical therapy as a doctorate profession, like we were talking about earlier, actually has direct access. So we are able to see people, they can come in off the street, they can see a physical therapist. We have that ability within our licensure. However, your insurance company won't always pay for that. Sometimes
Right.
they want the doctor referral for you to be seen at physical therapy and to have it covered by your insurance. So just always check with your insurance first. But yes, Medicare does require a referral.
see, I think they're making a mistake because good physical therapy can save money in the long run. You might not have to have an operation.
Exactly.
You may not make as frequent of visits.
Exactly.
You may get rid of the pain medications. So in the end, it could actually save the insurance company money.
It does. It really does. And it's kind of more of like a prevention and maintenance. And I think someday they'll get more on board with that. But for now, sometimes you have to see your doctor. I always tell people to call first
Yeah.
because sometimes if you have a good relationship with your doctor, they will just send over a referral and then you can come right in. So
And
you
you-
don't have to go to that other visit.
And you don't have to go to the physical therapist that the doctor tells you to go to. You can pick your own.
Yep, absolutely. That's your right as a patient.
I mean, I know that some of the hospitals have their own physical therapy
Mm-hmm.
labs, and the doctor works out of that hospital. Well, you don't have to go along with that. He cannot do that.
Correct. Yep. Yep, you have the option to choose wherever you would like to receive your care.
Right. And it's not hard to get in there and get set up.
No, we try and get people in pretty quickly, within a week or two. If we're really, really busy, it might be on the 2-week side of trying to get an appointment in there, but I mean,
Well,
often.
you're limited now because you can't have as many people in it. I've been down your place years ago,
Correct.
before the COVID. That place was packed.
Yeah, yeah, we've changed a few things certainly to be a bit safer.
Well, you're required to too. You
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, but we're still able to get people in. We still have openings and we try and get people in for new evaluations as soon as we can because we know when you're in pain, you're uncomfortable and you want to get
Right.
it taken care of as soon as you can.
Now, do you have you advise people on weight loss?
Not specifically, but we do have a program. It's called our Navigate Wellness Program. And so that's more of a lifestyle and healthy behavior program. So if people are looking to make lifestyle changes, such as changes in their nutrition, their exercise habits, things like that, we have health coaches that help advise them on that. So it's not specifically for weight loss, but more of like lifestyle and behavior change.
Right. I mean, any exercise can help you lose weight. Mm-hmm. Other than reaching in the bag of chips and putting it in your mouth.
Exactly.
That doesn't do you any good.
Exactly.
But yeah, you got to get off the couch.
Yep, and we
Yeah.
all know that, and
Yeah.
it's easy to say, but sometimes you need a little bit of
But
guidance.
if they go to you, you can actually set up where you can make it a pleasurable experience.
Yeah, and work with people to figure out what their obstacles are and help them brainstorm ways around those obstacles. You know, because we all know that we should exercise, we should eat more vegetables, you know, we should sleep more and stress less, but you know, knowing those things and doing those things are two different things. Sometimes you need an outside source and some external accountability to help you navigate through and figure out what the best path for you is. So,
Right. That's where you come in. You
exactly.
set up it's like a private, like a trainer, personal trainer.
We have those as well. So we've got lots of different
Oh.
options. So we have the gym that's inside of the clinic, and you can have a separate membership where you just come in and use the gym side. You don't have to be a physical therapy patient to use that gym. So you can come in, do your own workouts. We also have a programming option. So if you have equipment at home or you have another gym that you're comfortable going to, you can work with one of our personal trainers. They'll set you up a program, teach you all the movements, and then you can take that program and do it wherever you like. Then we have the Navigate program where you can just talk about lifestyle and behavior change. So that's really a great remote option for people, especially now during COVID. So you can have a consult with one of the coaches on the phone.
On the phone or
Over video. You can come into the clinic if you're comfortable with that, but really it's just more of a conversation and brainstorming on how to reach your goals.
Oh.
Yeah.
But now you have a gym program there, so if someone's looking for a gym to go to, I know for a while there a lot of them were closed,
Exactly, yeah.
but you were able to stay open.
We closed the clinic and the gym for a short period of time while we were trying to get enough supplies, you know, gloves, masks,
Yeah,
disinfectant,
Yep.
sanitizer. That was all in short supply there for a little while. And then we were able to reopen in May, and following the governor guidelines on gyms and fitness
Oh.
centers, we were able to reopen the
that's
gym
good. So
side.
you were closed for March and April. That's about it, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, short time, which was good for us. So
Yeah,
yeah.
because I'm saying, the worst thing could happen is put people in their houses and don't let them out.
Exactly. Yeah. And without an option to exercise, you know,
Right.
people don't have equipment at home. They're not sure what to do at home. So it's good to have the gym back
And this
open.
time of year is tough. I mean, a lot of people like to go out for a walk, but it's darn
Especially,
cold.
yeah, the last couple of weeks with all the snow, it's
And
icy.
yeah, the roads are kind of narrow because of the snow, and the sidewalks are covered in some cases.
Yeah, it's not safe
No.
and icy if it's not cleared off.
Now's
yeah.
the time to get on the treadmill.
Exactly. Yes, and we have those available.
Yeah, do you have them with the TV screens?
We're not attached to the treadmills, but we do have a couple TVs over in the
keep it
gym.
fit, yeah,
Yeah, keep you occupied.
yeah. I have a TV in front of my treadmill in the basement.
Yeah, watch all your guilty pleasure shows.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's kind of boring just looking at the wall. So.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
But today they come up with all kinds of stuff. You got those mirrors.
I know. Those are strange.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I know. You're watching, but they got the, I can't think of the brand names of them, but they got these exercise machines where you actually get a trainer
Yeah.
and they push you along.
Yeah.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
Whatever works for people, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need the fancy thing, you need somebody to guide you, whatever works. Get you
Well,
moving.
it's easy to drop out of it because, you know, I don't have time today, and the first thing you know, it's like anything else. If you don't build into a habit and really get down to where you're doing it all the time, you can fall out of it pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. That happens to everybody, and you just get back on the bandwagon.
But if they get a program with you and you have a regular schedule, you'll keep them online.
Exactly, yep. And even with our gym side of the clinic now, with COVID going on, everyone needs to make appointments.
Yes.
Which is almost better for some people. You know, you have to schedule your time, and, you know, if you don't take that slot, someone else will. And so it helps kind of push you in the door and say, all right, I got to get these 2 times a week in no matter what.
Right.
So that's good.
By the way, 508-266-0990. If you have a question for the doctor here, you can call up and she'll answer your question. And don't wait till the last minute. I have people call at 5 minutes up, and we can't take the call because we're getting too close to the end. But Dr. Kelly is from Maine originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're about midway up there.
Exactly, yeah. I say Gardner, and people say, ooh, that's way up there. And I said,
That's about, maybe that's the, you get up to Presque Isle, that's way up there.
Exactly, yeah. There's a lot more in Maine to go.
Yeah, Caribou and.
Yeah, yep.
But it's a big state. You know, it was once part of Massachusetts.
Was it really?
Oh, you know that?
I feel maybe I knew that back in grade school.
Yeah, the original colony was Massachusetts. Then you had New Hampshire, but then Maine.
Yeah.
And they were both Massachusetts colony. They were both part of the Massachusetts. It didn't break off until we were actually a part of the United States when Maine broke off.
Okay.
So, you know, and I don't think they want to come back. It's pretty similar, but it's a beautiful state to live in.
It is, yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, in the summer.
Exactly. That's what I always tell people. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. You grew up in Maine. I'm like, yeah, it's nice on the coast in the summertime.
Yes. Well, even inland in the summertime.
Yeah,
is nice.
yeah, it can be beautiful.
You know, you camp up by Mount Kehadin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's some beautiful spots.
Yeah. But how did you end up coming down here?
I traveled around for a while, so I kind of moved down south. We were talking about the warmer weather earlier.
Yes.
I moved to the Caribbean for a little while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How could you ever get out of there?
I don't know. And then I went to school in western New York, right in the snow belt over there.
Oh, you were in the Caribbean before you went to school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I've traveled around, ended up North Carolina, came back up north again, so.
Well, I found it interesting you went to art school.
Mm-hmm, yep.
So you're looking to get into doing, artwork.
Yep.
Which there is jobs out there for that. I mean,
There are.
people that actually make the billboard posters up and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Advertising, magazine advertising, a lot of different things.
Yeah, that would be more graphic design. I studied a lot of ceramics, so pottery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But did that bring you to the Caribbean?
No, so that was before art school. I went to the Caribbean. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just went for the warm weather.
Oh,
That's all.
you just wanted an experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where in the Caribbean were you?
St. John.
Oh, okay. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Weather, it's perfect weather year round.
Yep.
It's
Sure
not really
is.
humid.
Nah, it can be, but it's
it can
not
be
too
not
bad.
that bad. You
It's
get
not like
also-
up here in the summertime, you
You
know.
got a good breeze.
Yeah. Those trade winds.
The trade winds are always blowing. So.
Yep. It is beautiful there.
And then you went to school in Western New York.
Yep. A little frigid
So-
compared.
You went from one extreme to the other.
Yep.
The winters out in that area are pretty tough. You get that lake effect snow.
Yeah, we got a little bit of that. Not as much as further
it
west.
thins
But
out as it heads east, but you
Yeah.
still get it.
yeah, absolutely.
Not as bad as they get it in Buffalo, but you still
No.
get it.
Yep. Yep.
And but then you went to PT school.
I did. Yep. So I went to Simmons College in Boston.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's quite a difference from living out in Western New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Alfred University, where I went to undergrad, was very rural.
Yep.
Lots of cows. I think maybe one stoplight in town.
Yeah,
And then,
right, that's right, yeah,
and then to Boston, which
yeah.
was nice.
And then into and
Yep.
right in the heart of Boston, Kenmore Square,
Yep. Yeah.
busy traffic area.
Yeah. It can be.
And did you live at Simmons?
I did not. I lived in Cambridge at the time.
Oh, okay, you had to cross the Longfellow Bridge every day.
Yep.
I know my way around Boston. a little
Yeah.
bit. But,
I don't miss that traffic, that's for sure.
oh, I know. And the cost of
I
living
know.
in Boston is extremely expensive.
It is, yeah. I feel like it gets worse and worse every year, too.
Well, I think it's gonna go down now because people
Yeah,
are
they're-
staying home and moving out of the city.
Yeah, there's a mass
'Cause they don't-
exodus, I've heard.
Yeah, because, well, they don't have to be in the city to work.
Right.
And that was one reason why people got apartments in the city, because they didn't want to deal with that commute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know a number of years ago, I met with a guy, with a state official for with my brother in his rubbish business. We went into we met him at 5 a.m. And I
Mhm.
says, "You come in here?" He says, "I come in at this hour, so I don't have to face that traffic." He was in his
Exactly.
office at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And he's like, he leaves at 3 o'clock before you hit the heavy traffic going home,
Yeah.
because he
Which,
goes in early.
even at 3 o'clock, there's still traffic.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
but like I say, what's going on now is rents out here are going up,
Yeah.
and housing,
Yep.
and it's going down in Boston.
Yeah. Mm. Big
But,
swing.
But did you like Simmons? It was a good.
I did. I loved it. It was a small school.
Yep.
You know, we knew all of our professors by their first names, and
Right,
yeah, small class sizes. So it was good.
and you know that was 6 years.
So the undergrad, you have to have an undergrad degree in
Yeah.
anything. So they took me with my art degree and some prerequisites. So that's 4 years, and then the graduate program is a 3-year program.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's quite intense.
It is. Yep.
So my point is that when you see a physical therapist with a doctorate,
Mm-hmm.
you know they had a lot of training.
Yep.
You're not meeting someone that picked up a book and learned to do
Yeah.
two different things. And I'm sure you have physical therapists out there that just do on-the-job training,
That only do on the job training?
that they get into it by on the job.
No, you have to have a degree. So you have to go to school. And then we
Okay.
do clinical rotation, so we get on the job experience during our education, but you
So
have to go through the program.
Are you licensed on it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, so you go, yeah, so it's not as simple, it's not just walking in and doing a job.
No. Nope. It's a whole process.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a personal trainer, you could.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. So personal training, you can get a certificate. There are schools that have programs for personal training. You can study online. There's lots of different ways to get into.
Right, and that you could
personal
probably get
training.
in a year.
Right. Yeah. Short term for sure.
Now, in physical therapy, do you have to learn a lot of, like, the the skeletal structure?
Oh, all of it. Yeah.
I mean, I get amazed that people can know all these different bones.
Yep. All the bones, the muscles, the tendons,
Yeah.
the ligaments. Yep.
That's good. I don't know if I can handle that.
Yeah. It's a lot of memorization.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you need to know why things work a certain way to be able to fix them.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
And you work with chiropractors at all in that?
We don't at our practice, no. I know there are a few chiropractors around the area who send people to us and
Right.
we refer out. So we do have relationships with them, but not within our clinic.
Yeah, because that's another medicine I I think was underrated for many years.
Mm-hmm.
But what they do is they line your bones up so that they're in the right spot. But then you need the physical therapy to help the muscles out.
Exactly. So the chiropractors do manipulations, and physical therapists are actually able to do the same manipulations under our practice laws.
Oh,
So we
okay.
can backs and necks and all
Oh.
of that. And yeah, so we really use those manipulations because they feel good, right? If people go to the chiropractor, they feel good. They get their
Yes.
back cracked. You get these, couple minutes of feeling really good. And we take that window of opportunity and we use that to show people exercises that are really going to help them maintain that pain-free state for the long term.
Right, it all comes down. I remember when I was in grade school, the teachers always said, sit up because you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, sometimes.
Good posture is extremely important, isn't it?
It is. It can be, yeah. We're not meant to be static beings. Right. We're meant to be moving. So if you're in any position for too long, it's probably not going to feel great. So
well, actually,
coming right back around to all the movement we were talking about.
Our design is quite unique because we're the only animal, and we are an animal, we're mammals, that walks erect.
Right, yeah.
Even monkeys somewhat, but they still use their front paws, I guess you'd call them.
Right.
But, and our backbone, most animals, the backbone is curved like this, almost like a suspension bridge. Ours curves up like, and so, we're more susceptible to getting hurt than most animals.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of back pain.
Yeah. Isn't that the most common problem for people is lower back pain?
Yeah, we see a lot of it for sure. I think the stats are something like 80% of people will have back pain at some point in their life.
Yeah.
So it's very common.
And back pain can be excruciating.
It can be, yeah. Yep.
Especially when you can't move. Every time you move, you feel that pain.
Exactly, yeah.
And I did have a situation where I had a pinched nerve in the back of my neck. I went to, I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Cares.
Mm-mm.
He's a neurologist.
Okay.
Actually out of Boston and Hopedale. And I went to see him. I was almost like, I had to sleep in a recliner. I couldn't get in bed. My left side was really bad. I hardly had any use of it. And he did some x-rays, and then he said, I got good news and bad news. I said, well, he says, first of all, the good news is I'm not going to operate on you.
Yeah.
The bad news is if I did, I'd probably paralyze you. So he said, I suggest you find an alternative. So I went down to see a chiropractor, and he did some x-rays. I can fix you. And he did.
Good. Nice.
And it was so good that I go now once a month.
Yeah. Very good.
And you keep yourself adjusted.
Yeah. Very good.
But you could offer the same type of program, right? Come in for PT for physical therapy once a month.
Yeah, so physical therapy, if you're using your insurance, like we talked about earlier, it's based on medical necessity. So your insurance is only going to pay if there's a medical reason for it and if you're making progress.
Well, the chiropractor's the same way.
Yeah.
He'll take Medicare or he'll take private insurance, but the private insurance says you have to have something wrong and it's only for a certain period of time.
Yeah. And then we can always have people cash pay. So if you want to come in and pay cash and not use your insurance, we can see you as long as you like. We're always working to get people more independent. We don't want people coming in for their whole life for the same issue. We'd like to either solve it completely or give you management strategies that you can use at home so that we can send you on your way and you can be more independent so you don't have to rely on us. But yeah.
I don't want to get in the cost factor, but it's not really that expensive, is it?
I mean, I guess
I don't want to talk about how
yeah,
much.
I guess that's a relative term. But I mean, most
well, you're talking your health. I mean,
exactly.
People will spend $1,000 to get their car fixed, but hate to spend $100 to get their body fixed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if you invest some time and some resources up front, then you can avoid some of the aches, pains, and all of that downstream effect that might come later on in the healthcare system,
Exactly. I mean, like I say, I go to chiropractor once a month because I think it helps my immune system. Actually, what I do is I get a massage because he has a massage. He has a masseur right in his office. I get a massage from her, and then when I get done, I go and get adjusted.
Yeah.
So my muscles are now relaxed, and it's easier to manipulate, but I don't get sick.
Yeah.
They told me I had COVID. I didn't even know it
Yeah.
because I say if you keep yourself healthy, you may get sick, but you won't feel it as much.
Yeah, exactly. If you build up your resiliency, you have a little bit of health reserve, we call it, right? So you've got more in your tank and you're more full there.
Right.
And then if you get sick, you come down a little bit, but you're still in pretty good shape health-wise.
I heard on the news tonight about a woman who was 105, had COVID. She's the oldest survivor of it.
Yeah.
And he says, well, that's because I eat the right foods, I exercise, and she eats raisins soaked in gin.
There you go.
But my feeling is that she has a good immune system.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's what it basically comes right down to.
Yeah. Yep.
And our own immune system is the best defense we got.
Yeah. Yep. If you can stay healthy, you're going to be able to fight off whatever
Right.
comes your way, whether it's COVID or the flu or
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
if these cold medicines and everything else, all we do are is cover-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your immune system healthy, you won't have to worry about that.
Yep. Yeah, and you got to do that by eating right, exercising.
So I'm saying, have a maintenance program.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a maintenance program for your car,
Exactly.
have one for your own body.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not that hard to do. And like I say, take a regular physical therapy program and come in on a regular basis.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we can kind of help you work through any aches and pains that are going on, set you up with a good program, keep you on the right track.
Now, another thing is being overweight.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to hurt you more than anything.
Yeah.
Because your body wasn't designed to handle that.
Yeah, it can be a lot of stress on the joints. It can also cause a lot of just systemic inflammation. So losing weight can actually help decrease pain just through the loading and the inflammation that's going on in your body.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 50 pounds overweight, which is not hard to be,
Mm-hmm.
you may not think you're bad, but you're actually carrying around a third grader.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's like having two people.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not normal. It's not natural.
Yep.
And your body wasn't designed to hold that weight.
Yep. Exactly.
There's some animals, like an elephant, is huge, but they're designed for it.
Right.
We are not.
Right.
So
Yeah.
now, with your PT, can you give dietary programs so that?
We don't give specific dietary programs. So with the Navigate Wellness program, that lifestyle program that I was talking about, we can offer suggestions and help you figure out how to make eating healthier a part of your life, but we don't do specific diet programs.
I've lost a lot of weight over the years. I got myself back to pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I used to be a lot heavier. In fact, right now I'm 195 pounds, which is fairly good. I like to get a little less. But at one point I was up to 250 pounds.
Mm.
So I lost, 60 pounds?
Nice.
So I lost a sixth grader. But the thing is, my diet is eat less.
Mm-hmm.
You can eat what you like. You can eat a lot of things. You can even eat a little junk food, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way you do is to just, I have to eat these dietary foods. And no, you don't. You can eat whatever you like. You don't eat a lot of it. Don't
Yeah.
eat more than you can burn off.
Yeah, portion control. But then talking about immune system, you need all those vitamins and nutrients as well in those
Right,
healthy foods.
Yeah, I mean, I take a multivitamin, and I buy a good multivitamin. I buy it online.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I got the company from Dr. Barry, who was a doctor of natural medicine.
Okay. Yep.
She went to school in Washington. She's not even licensed in Mass because they don't accept it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, and so it's a good multi, and that's what you got to do. You got to watch what you take for vitamins. You can buy the cheap stuff, especially the ones made in China, but what are you getting?
It's hard to know. I don't think they're as regulated as
They're
they
not,
should
no.
be. Yeah.
So I look on the label and where they come from.
Yep.
And you pay a little more, but here again, do you want to make that investment or do you want to just cut corners, and then you're going to pay for it later on?
Right, exactly.
And you know, you got to supplement because we can't get enough vitamins from the food, processed foods especially. So
Yeah, if you're eating processed foods, you're probably not getting all the vitamins and nutrients that you need. Obviously, whole foods are better, fruits, veggies, all that good stuff. But, you know, then you get into the whole topic of how depleted the soils are and they don't have as much nutrients in them to go into the fruits and veggies. So
yeah,
even if you're eating them, you're probably not getting quite enough.
you know, you talk about the soil. I don't want to get off subject, but I was listening to someone about that when we could grow cannabis and hemp, it actually cleans the soil. And it's good for the soil.
Yeah, I've not heard that.
And we were growing better crops with it, but then they outlawed it, and now it's coming back. And so, but a lot of the stuff being grown in buildings.
Yeah.
So, but if they, eventually they're going to, I guess hemp is going to become more popular because they said the soil was fresher and better soil when we were doing that.
Yeah, I've not heard that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is. I mean, it's what somebody said, but it's a strong possibility to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of ways that nature works together to optimize things, so
Right.
wouldn't be hard to believe.
And I also heard where the genetically altered vegetables are not that bad. Because this has been going on for years. I mean, Luther Burbank, who actually came from Lancaster, Mass. Have you ever heard of Luther Burbank?
No.
He, Burbank, California is named after him.
Oh.
He was the first to be able to crossbreed trees
Okay.
and come up with other fruits
Oh.
and, you know, plants and everything else. He was a scientist.
Yeah.
I'm talking back in mid-1800s.
Okay.
And he was out in Lancaster. He came from Lancaster and moved out to California, and town of Burbank city of Burbank now is named after him.
Nice.
But that would be, we're doing it genetically now, so he was doing by seeds.
Yep.
Now, and they say it's not that bad for you.
Yeah, I don't know what the comparison nutritionally would be.
Right. I know. On vegetables, I don't eat canned vegetables. Because they're not good. One thing, they're loaded with salt.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. Frozen
Yeah.
is the way to go.
Yep.
I mean, if you can get fresh, that's even better.
Exactly, yeah.
And today, we're able to get fresh vegetables year round, almost everything.
Yeah. Yeah, but they ship them in from everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting them from Mexico, South America during the winter months.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, the frozen is a good option if you're not making it to the grocery store to get fresh veggies or they go bad on you. It's always
Right.
good to have some. We always have frozen veggies in the freezer, so
Yeah.
throw them in your eggs in the morning, whatever.
But yeah, eggs. Oh, I love eggs. But no, you do need a little bit of meat in your diet too, or fish, because we do need some protein, right?
You need protein, yep. Yeah, I mean, there's people that do vegan diets, vegetarian diets, and it works for some people, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are ways of getting protein in you as a vegetarian.
Yep.
There are vegetables that have protein.
I'm sure there are, yeah.
I can't think about the top of my head right now. But, well, I mean, that's how the animals get their protein. They eat the grass.
Right.
But that's not in your line, is it?
No, we don't do a lot of specific dietary work.
Things.
Yeah, my guidance to everybody is just eat more whole foods,
Yep.
less packaged and processed stuff. Yeah.
Then it's in a way, though. I mean, some of the whole foods it's prohibitive in cost for some people.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it will come down soon, but, you know, buying things like frozen veggies is cheaper than buying fresh sometimes.
yeah.
So going that sort of route is a little bit easier, but it can be a little bit expensive.
And you know, if you buy fresh vegetables, there's a little time involved in processing too.
Yeah, gotta chop them up, cook them, do whatever you're gonna do with them.
Well, fortunately, some of the supermarkets have cut up vegetables, and you just gotta. I like to buy them every now and then.
Yeah, if that's the
Instead of
obstacle.
chopping an onion, they go down to Shaw's and you can buy the package of
Yeah,
chopped
you
onion.
don't you don't have to cry your eyes
Right,
out.
it costs you a
Let
little
somebody
more,
else do
but
it.
somebody else did it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
somebody to do it.
yeah, like when we're talking about what obstacles people are facing, if that's one of their obstacles, like, oh, I just don't have time to chop all these vegetables and to do all this stuff.
Right.
Hey, buy them pre-chopped. Like, there's no
Yeah.
shame in that. Like, just do what works for you.
Yeah, and then again, it's only the wife and I now, so how much we don't want to make too much because we're going to do with it.
Right. Yeah, and there's a lot of things you can freeze, which is nice. Like cooking a bunch of stuff ahead of time, I love to do.
Yes.
Because I'm lazy in the kitchen. I like to do it all at once, put it away, and have it there for another day. So prepping ahead of time is always good.
Well, you go to the Green Plate, she makes stuff, it's all natural foods.
Yeah.
In fact, she buys everything local, and she puts it all together. She has it frozen right there.
Where is that?
The Green Plate. It's
Green Plate.
right on Church Street in Whitensville,
Okay.
right after the plaza.
Mm-hmm.
It's in that. There's three stores there, and she's the first one. She's right after that gas station. I can't think of the name of it now.
Yeah. Okay.
You know where the Japanese restaurant is?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the gas station. She's right after that on Church Street.
Okay.
In fact,
Nice.
Jeannie goes there all the time. She's a vegetarian,
Okay. Yeah.
and no what do you call it? Oh my God, it's in the wheat.
Gluten.
Gluten. No, everything in her store is gluten free. Everything she has is gluten free.
Very good. Yeah. There's a lot of people that have allergies or prefer not to eat it.
Yeah,
so
but now
it's good to have
I
that
heard
option.
that in some cases you do need gluten.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But
What that would
it
be.
holds the fibers together, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
I'd have to look into that.
yeah. I mean, my sister-in-law is big on no gluten. I mean, she searches up and down, make sure there's no gluten.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I come almost 73 years now, and I never thought about it.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have a sensitivity, then some
Yeah.
people deal with it a little bit better than
Well,
others.
you may not know it too.
Yeah.
You could be having the problem, but not even know what's causing it.
Right. Yeah, and people do all sorts of elimination diets where they take all that stuff out and then add things back in one by one to kind of figure out
Yeah.
what might be the cause of any sort of irritation that you're having. But so
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you might, and a lot of times it's something you really like.
usually it is,
Yeah,
right?
That's the worst part,
You have
because so you're eating more of it because you like it, and
Yeah.
it's causing you problems.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes it's worth finding out what those things are. Yeah.
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 But the other thing is, I don't like to take medications.
Mm-hmm.
Today, the doctors, they're sold a bill of goods from the drug companies because they put everybody on. Everybody's on statin drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think that you need that.
Yeah, it depends. Some people are able to manage a lot of their health conditions via the lifestyle factors, diet, exercise, stress management. Some people just can't do it even though they're living that really healthy life. So at some instances, those medications may be necessary.
Well,
But
I always argue with my son, the physician. He says,
yeah.
all medications come from natural sources.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, you're living longer because of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some truth to that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in better shape than my father was when he was my age,
Right.
and
Yeah.
much better shape than my grandfather was. In fact, my grandfather was gone before he reached 73.
Yeah.
And my father lived into 81, I think. But he was going downhill.
Yeah.
My mother died before 73, so maybe I am doing better by it.
Yeah.
But I think it's also attitude, lifestyle, exercise, a lot of things.
Yeah. You can give yourself a leg up for sure if you focus on the lifestyle stuff.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times I think people die young because they have no reason to stay alive.
Mm.
You know, you retire and then you have nothing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be hard when you don't have a focus.
Right.
Those relationships, that social connection, yeah, especially during these times, is really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you wake up every morning and just turn the TV on and sit there.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't. I got so many things going that I don't have enough hours in a day. But it keeps me going.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And I get bored if I'm not busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. You found the recipe that works for you, right?
Yeah, seems to be.
Staying busy, keeping moving.
Yeah.
It's working.
It's, well, anyway, I mean, we like to tell people, I wanted to get across tonight to people, physical therapy isn't just for people who got in car accidents.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Or other accidents. You broke your leg or something, and you want to get back to normal. No. In fact, a while back, quite a while back, I mean, a number of years, probably about 10, 15 years ago, I had a vertigo problem.
Mm.
And I was sent to physical therapy, and that cleared it up.
Yeah.
And I haven't had it since.
Yep. That's one that people don't often think about, that vertigo and dizziness.
Yeah.
And we have a couple therapists at our clinic that specialize in it, so it's a little bit of a specialty. We learn it in school, but really you're better off when you start to focus on it a little bit and can dive in a little deeper. So we have a couple therapists that do that.
Now, is that brought on by your inner ear being out of whack?
Yeah, so
Because that's where your balance comes from.
exactly, yeah. There's a few different components to balance, and that inner ear is one of them.
Yeah.
And there's these little crystals in there, and if they get
Right.
all out of whack in the wrong way, and I'm
And
sure
that's
you
where
did all the
physical-
exercises where you turn your head one way, and
That's where the physical therapy comes in.
yeah, they figure out kind of what movements you need to do to reposition those.
Yeah, and I never thought about it at the time, but then I found out it's not that uncommon,
No, it's not. Especially as people get older, it gets a
Right.
little more common.
and it can be very dangerous, especially if you're getting out of bed and all of a sudden you could fall.
Yeah, especially you're getting out of bed in the dark, you're sleepy,
Yeah,
and then your balance is all thrown off. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you could walk into a wall or
Yeah.
a number of things wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very, so it's something you should get checked out right away.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, come into PT if you're feeling that dizziness or whatever. We can sort through whether it's something we can help with, or if not, we just send you out to somebody who can
Right.
help you.
Now, but you still have to get the referral, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. If you're Medicare, you would need that referral.
So just look, I have to get a PT. I got vertigo. They'll still let you go.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, call your doctor, see if you can avoid the trip in. Sometimes they want to see you.
Yeah, that'd mean better. You don't have to go. Just give them a call.
Right. Works sometimes.
Yeah. Now you can email them. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm on that program with the with Milford Hospital. They're all a conglomerate now with Brigham,
Right.
and there's I think Mass General is on it.
Yep. Oh, yeah. The Partners Healthcare.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you can email your doctor,
Yeah, that's
and
great.
I've done it. He got right back to me,
Yeah, that's good.
so you don't have to go in.
Yeah, especially now, I think they're trying not to see as many people, and so if we
Right.
can take some of the burden off the doctors as physical therapists, then that's good for them too.
Yeah, yeah, and but you really love what you do, don't you?
I do, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the key. You want to go to someone who likes what they do, loves what they're doing,
Yep.
because they're going to be better at it.
Yeah, usually.
There's a lot of satisfaction too in helping someone out, and if they tell you, "You got rid of my pain."
Yeah, exactly. And, watching people progress is really, really satisfying too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can only imagine. You feel like you've accomplished something.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. You get to meet all different types of people, and like you said, treat all different types of injuries and post-surgical things like that. So you're always seeing different things.
Did you ever have a situation where no matter what you did, you couldn't help them?
Oh yeah, it happens. Yeah, and sometimes it's because there's a deeper injury that needs to be addressed by a surgeon or something like that, and sometimes it's a chronic issue, and there's not a whole lot
You
we
find
can do.
sometimes it's psychological on their part?
I, sometimes like pain is generated in your brain, and
Right.
it's a factor of your physical body, but also your emotional well-being, your psychological state. So it plays a huge part in pain and recovery.
Yeah, I mean, some people want pain.
Yeah,
I think they do it for, because it makes people have sympathy on them.
yeah, sometimes.
Or, they want a spouse to pay more attention to them or something.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
And there's no way you can relieve that.
No, I mean you can work on physical things. We can work on mindset changes and things like
Right.
that, and then we also refer them to mental health
As I
professionals.
say, they need a psychologist,
Yeah, yep. So
a
we kind of
psychiatrist.
working on the whole person really.
Right. And so how long have you been in this field now?
I've been doing it 5-6 years now.
Oh.
Yep.
It flew by, I'll bet.
It did, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's what I wanted. How'd you end up in Northbridge?
In Northbridge. Well, I moved after school in Boston. I moved down to Providence. I had a job in Providence for a little while.
Oh,
And then I met my now husband, and we moved to Chepachet in Rhode Island, where he grew
Yeah.
up. And so I found this job here in Northbridge, which is close by.
oh yeah, your passage right over the line.
Yeah, yeah. So that's how I ended up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Quite a roundabout route.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, what's your husband do?
He's a crane operator.
Oh, wow. In Boston?
No, he works out of Rhode Island. So he does a
Yeah.
lot of work in Rhode Island, some work in Massachusetts, but mainly in
I
Rhode
was
Island.
talking to someone about that last night.
Yeah,
Does he work on those building cranes?
he doesn't. No, not the tall ones.
Oh, those guys make unbelievable
Yeah,
money.
that's what everyone asks, and he
But
goes, "No way."
I don't know if I could do that.
I mean, me neither. No.
Oh my God! The guy he climbs up that ladder
Ooh.
and it's all open all the way around you, floor and all.
Yeah, no,
I,
couldn't do it.
That takes a special person.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he works for a construction company locally.
Yeah, in Rhode Island, in
Yeah.
Cranston.
Chepachet's a nice area,
It is. Yep, I love it there.
but now you got the problem that you work in Mass and live in Rhode Island, so you got to pay income tax to both.
I know. That's all right. It's worth it. I like where I live. I like where I work, so
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah, you got about a 20-minute commute.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
it's not bad at all.
No.
And it's a beautiful ride. Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still in the valley, still in the Blackstone Valley,
Yeah.
really.
Yep.
Yeah, I think my brother, I had a brother that one time lived in Chepachet.
Yeah.
He's now living in Florida.
Oh, that sounds nice too.
Yeah, him and his wife went down to one of those, like the Villages,
Mm-hmm.
bought their condo down there, and he loves it
Nice.
because he says, no more snow,
Mm-hmm. No shoveling.
no
Yeah.
shoveling. They do have some cold nights every now and then, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it's nice.
Yeah.
And, but I don't know if I could ever leave New England. As much as I hate the winter, when summer gets here, I'm looking forward to the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets too hot.
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
And Florida is real hot.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be a snowbird and just go back and forth. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I like the winter at first, but then by February I've had it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the long stretch here before
Yeah.
it gets real nice.
And this year we've had so much snow.
Yeah.
We were getting spoiled there because we were going some dry spells. But this is good because it'll end the droughts.
Exactly. Yeah, we needed that. We weren't
Yeah.
getting it in rain, so we were bound to get it in snow.
Right. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up.
All
Hey.
right.
Blackstone Valley Physical Therapy,
Yep.
located right in the Linwood Mill,
Mm-hmm.
in the basement.
Yep. Beautiful building.
Yes, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful area.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, year round, you go down, it's a nice scenery, that dam, and you see the swans out on the pond. It's a beautiful area.
Yeah, it is.
You know, those swans just came back in the last few years. They're almost extinct.
Really?
Yeah, now they come back.
Nice.
And they almost look like domestic animals,
Yeah.
but they're wild. But yeah, it's worth to take a trip down there. Even just go down and pay a visit to see that mill is really a super job in there.
Yeah, they did a great job. It's beautiful.
And you got pretty much a large part of it.
We do, yep. The clinic side and then the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
And let me tell you, it's well worth it. You will not be sorry you go down and get your physical therapy. If you're in pain, you will not be sorry. Okay, we're going to run. Next week we'll be here with Kelly Bowl from the Senior Center. We'll have our senior moments next week. See you then.